Up on Mondays, Kim. We need to add that stress. We're gonna, yeah, it's we got a good group for Closer Club. I am so excited about the group that we have. Lots of energy. I'm gonna just try to keep up with them. That's all I can say. And we are recording, and here we go. Thank you, Kim, for helping me on that. And here is my screen because it is Closer Club Monday. We are going to start with a Chris Voss quote just the guys get you motivated to read the book Never Split the Difference. Hope everybody has read it. It's on this call, and if you haven't, you need to. So Chris Voss, lead hostage negotiator for the FBI previously, and he wrote a book that's the best book for realtors. And how about this? Body language and tone of voice, not words, are the most powerful assessment tools. And in order for this to work, you have to listen, right? You have to watch. And I think so many times, and I'm guilty of it myself, I'll get into a presentation and I'll just start talking, and it's like, stop, right? Just let them talk. Let them, tell you about themselves and, where they are. And then watch that body language. When early years, I'll just share this story. When I was doing open houses every Saturday, every Sunday, and often I would be sitting in my car because a lot of the open houses I did was new construction, and there wasn't a model home. And I would put up all these open house signs and point them into a neighborhood. And when they came into this field, basically, I'd have an open house sign pointed towards my car. So I'd listen to the radio, right? And I'd listen to talk radio. And I'll never forget, this was early on in my career. And they talked about mirroring. Actually, our buddy Alex will talk about mirroring as well from the psychology standpoint. But what they were saying is if somebody talks fast, you should talk fast. If they, go real slow, you should slow your cadence down. If they lean into you, you should lean into them. If they're pat you on the back kind of folks, pat them on the back kind of, person, but people like to communicate and connect with similar to their style. So just body language is important. Gals, don't, if he's over a hugger, yeah, I tell you, next, right? So anyhow, that's for the guys too. It's for everybody. All right. Anyhow, body language and tone of voice, not words, are the most powerful assessment tool. There you go. That's a tip from the top. I went in and jumped on MLS. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about your KDNA tracker. We're going to talk about some of these properties. Oh my goodness. All right. Just remember Lanark Drive. Just somebody make a mental note, Lanark Drive, so I don't forget to talk about that one. And I'm going to open this up. Josh, you kicked it off for me because you said, hey, it was a great weekend. So I want to hear about your great weekend. So will you share? I know you guys had some stuff going on. What happened this weekend?
Yeah, sure. So I got last week. I got two properties in my neighborhood under contract, and the most recent being on Friday. We were able to finally wrap up the details on the negotiations and get the second one under contract, and that was the tougher one. That was the investment property. And then over the weekend, I was able to catch up on a lot of just client work. But one thing that was kind of cool. There was another property in our neighborhood that went on the market last week, and they had an open house this weekend, and it wasn't my listing. And it's always frustrating when someone in your neighborhood goes with another agent. Apparently, they've been friends forever, so whatever, right? But I was at the open house with my wife, and I was looking at all the material, and I saw that they really, in our neighborhood, the selling point is the neighborhood. If you know the neighborhood, that once people get in, that all they do is rave about how great the neighborhood is and all the events and the community center and all this and that. So I made a huge point in my marketing and open houses and all the material I had to focus on that. And I even had people staged to provide tours of the neighborhood HOA during the open houses. And I think it really, really worked out for us. And, you know, when I was at the open house of this other property, I was looking at all the marketing material and I was like, oh, you know, I've never heard of this agent, but, you know, she's done her homework and it looks like, you know, she really knew how to market it. So, you know, I had to give her props for that. And my wife said, no. She said, Tina, the seller, she's like, Tina came to your open house and realized that the only marketing material that her agent had was the brochure. And she made her agent copy all my material and put it out for the open house. So I had like a copy of the newsletter. They had a copy of the newsletter. I had all kinds of material aimed at, you know, the Chisholm Trail and, you know, neighborhood events in the community center. They had everything like that. So I'm thinking, oh, they did a good job. And really, they were just copying the material I put out. So I was like, oh, that's, it made me feel good. But I guess the takeaway is that regardless if it's your neighborhood or another neighborhood, make sure you really know the neighborhood. Any neighborhood that has some sort of unique feature, it has a community center, has something that's a draw beyond just the house itself. Make sure you emphasize it and market the heck out of it.
Wow. Well, they say what is the greatest compliment is when they copy. So I guess, like you said, it made you feel good, but you'll get it. They'll tell other neighbors of what you do. And now Tina doesn't live in the neighborhood, right?
Yeah, she's lives down our street, but you know, and her and my wife were good friends, which is how my wife knew about, you know, her talking to her agent about the marketing material. But you know, she just decided to go with a friend of hers that she's known for, you know, a long time apparently. But I feel confident that the outcome of the two listings I have, especially the one that broke the previous record by over $180,000, I think that should go well to get me some more listings.
Yeah, absolutely. When you have those landmark, and I do believe you need to mail that into the neighborhood.
Oh
And
yeah.
yeah, just again, the videos that you're doing and connect with every neighbor, make an effort to connect with them on social media. And I'm so happy for you. Great job. Woohoo! Kudos
Thanks.
for Josh and the team. All right. That's a great way to kick this Monday off. Who else has some testimonials for the open house and the weekend? Would love to hear from you guys. Want to hear what these open houses did?
Hey, Frank.
Yeah,
How are you,
Mr.
sir?
Mark, put your camera
All right, hold on.
on.
Hold on.
Called
I
him
hit the
out.
wrong button. Yeah, you called me out. Thanks. I appreciate it. Hey, what's up?
Woohoo!
Okay, so yeah, we actually ended up doing 4 open houses this weekend on 2 properties. Did 2 on Saturday, 2 on Sunday. Turnout was absolutely phenomenal. Saturday we held Brook Lake Open. That's our $1.25 million house. We ended up getting, hold on, counting, about 20 people through that, 20 sets through that open house on Saturday. Then we held it open again yesterday and got at least another 9 through that one. Some people didn't sign in. Gotta love that. And then on McClary on Saturday, when we held that one open, we had at least another 14 sets through that and another 8 sets through yesterday. So really good turnout. Actually got the opportunity to meet a set of clients that is with Rafi. So very excited. And Rafi submitted us an offer, so we're taking a look at that this morning, and we'll go from there. But in addition to that, I think I probably picked up on Saturday. I think I picked up between the 2 open houses about 10 clients through them, which was awesome. Had really good connections with them. Really felt a big connection with that opportunity. In fact, I had one of the first ones that walked through one of the listings that said, "Hey, I'm not working with an agent. Will you be my agent? Because you're pretty awesome." So I was like, "Yeah, absolutely." So
That
yeah,
just, Mark, there are new agents on the call. That does not happen, every day. I'm just gonna
it
say.
doesn't.
That's
It doesn't. She actually told me to message her today because she told me how to message her, when to message her. Because she's like, "Hey, I'm busy all the rest of this weekend, but I want to talk to you on Monday, and I want to get everything set up, and I want to get started working with you and stuff like that." So very excited about that opportunity. But
And
yeah, I
what
think
was the price point, Mark?
so on the McCleary one, which is the one that said, "Hey, I want to work with you," that was the 600,000 here in Plano. And then I had actually already had one message me on the 1.25 because as we were talking, he was telling me what he was looking for. And I actually told him I've got another property that's off market right now that I think you'd be interested in. I sent him over to our YouTube channel to check it out, and he already texted me and said, "Hey, yeah, I want to go take a look at that one." So it's just really good stuff right here. It's literally just hitting the market running, and but we had a really good turnout on all these, and then got really good opportunities. Now I will say I did get 2 of my signs taken. I know it because I counted them all up, and when I left on Sunday night, I was like, okay, so I'm missing this one from this house, and I'm missing this one that I couldn't find on this one. So it is what it is. So it cost me an extra $50 because of my signs. But you know what? If I got one client out of it, totally worth it, and we'll be hitting it up again if we don't have them under contract.
Well, don't forget to make more signs. Thank you, Mr. Mark. Anybody else want to share their weekend adventure? I think Aaron's on the call. Aaron, I am dying to hear, how did your open house go?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, so do you want me on camera? I'm not looking the best yet.
You don't,
The answer is yes.
have to
The
go
answer is
on.
yes. You have to be.
Totally up to you.
Yes,
As long
you
as you're
do.
not
You
in
put
the
me
down for a
bathroom.
while.
I guarantee you look a hell of a lot better than Bradford. So go for it.
Oh,
All
gosh.
the way from Ohio, Todd gets on here to start some trouble. All right,
So look,
go
guys,
ahead, Aaron. Share with the
Teams-
group.
Teams needs permissions, and I don't have my permission set up. Oh darn. Anyway, my open houses, Tammy was sweet enough to hold mine open on Saturday, and she had quite a bit of traffic. And I think she said she had around 4 or 5 groups. I held mine open on Sunday, and this is a house in Stewart Peninsula in the Colony. And I had probably another 6 or 7 groups. The thing that I found interesting is, again, just like before, there weren't as many people coming through with agents. So I do feel like I picked up as well, like 3 buyers probably.
Wow.
So that was different for me.
And now, Aaron, you don't live on Stewart Peninsula, but did you have the information? I know we chatted a little bit on the call, how much I love the park down there, and you got the beach and all of the events that they do on Stewart. Did you have some of that for the folks? Was that a draw to that area?
Definitely. That lake access was right around the corner. And I talked about, I live in the area. I'm not in that subdivision, but I was, definitely able to speak into, the paddle boarding, the women in wine nights, and, all of those type things. And especially Grandscape and just the area, it seemed to be a little bit younger of, just newly starting families coming in. So talking about Grandscape and the different, family oriented and even just, young couples attractions, it was super, beneficial in that area.
Awesome. And I did see Tammy jump on the call. Tammy, you want to share your experience? Was it mayhem? Did you need valet parking while you were doing the open for Aaron?
No, everybody was, they scattered out pretty well. And it was funny that you're talking about the neighborhood because I'm not super familiar with Stewart Peninsula. But it was kind of funny because an agent came in with his buyers while I was there. And we actually had about 6 or 7 groups through. Saturday. But it was kind of funny. I had an agent from my previous office saw my signs out and stopped by to say hi. And it was at the same time this agent with his buyers were coming through. And she actually lives like 2 streets over. And so she sat there and started telling his buyers all about the schools and all about all the activities in the neighborhood. And just, she went on and on and on. And I think Aaron said that, I'm not sure if they submitted an offer or not. I know they were thinking about it. So I was just laughing because I was like, oh, yay. You know, I got a little help there. And so that worked out well.
All right. Thank you, Tammy. I know Todd got his hand up. Todd, you want to share something with the group?
Yeah, a couple things, and hopefully Rafi's got his mic ready to go, because he'll give you a ringing endorsement, just like Mark did on the value of open houses. But we got 2 listings under contract yesterday that had been on the market for quite a while, and both of those houses were priced at $750. So almost $1.5 million under contract yesterday on our listings, and then Rafi wrote the contract on Mark's listing yesterday, and we're waiting for good news from Mark sometime later this morning. But Rafi, are you available? What's that?
And Todd,
yeah,
you get more. What's that say? You could have been a little nicer to Mark when we're negotiating with him. Mark, aren't you looking quite handsome today?
No, he's not going to buy that. He's not going to buy that. If he thinks he's, like I said, Aaron, yeah, really, Mark? I mean, yeah, Mark's like I am. He hasn't shaved yet, yeah.
Rafi, I'm going to save you from yourself, Todd. Rafi, do you got something you want to share with the group on your
Rafi,
oh my God.
Hey, hold on a second. Hey, Rafi, tell Frank where you got that client, and then also that you put another one under contract earlier in the week. Go ahead, Rafi.
Yeah, guys. So group, the open house, I'm just a firm believer that is one of the best ways to gain clients. We did an open house on this last property that was closed out here in Plano. Both those clients were picked up from the open house within the same month. I'm closing on one on the 24th of this month. And then Bradford, the clients that you met, Lisa and Larry, they were both picked up from that open house as well. We submitted the offer, and if that goes through, then we'll be closing out on the 13th of September. So it's a good testimonial to show that it's worth it. If you don't feel like doing them, I guarantee you can pick up at least 1 or 2 clients easily out of an open house. You just got to know how to ask the right questions, probe them a little bit, build a good rapport, and hopefully they like you enough, like Bradford, and they say, hey, I like the heck out of you. I want to go and work with you, right? So, and then back to what Todd was saying, both our properties that were sat on the market for quite a bit now, almost a 2-month mark, both went under contract last evening, almost for the list price. So huge success in that as well.
Woo! All right, Melanie has her hand up. Let's keep this train rolling. Mel, what you got?
Can you hear me? First of all, I want to say thanks for getting my open house on the MLS. I had a little snafu where I couldn't do that properly. So thank you, Frank, for
always here for you.
For the help flag. We had a lot of traffic. Mine was in Farmers Branch on Janlin Lane, and I didn't count how many groups. It was hard to even keep up with it. But I did just try to write down a number of people on my pad, and there were 52 on Saturday, and I don't know, 30 something on Sunday. So a lighter crowd on Sunday, which was fine. But it was well attended.
30 groups for Melanie.
No, 30 people, 30 people, not 30 groups. Well, yeah, Saturday was busy. Saturday, there probably was about 30 groups. I mean, because most of them were 2 to 3 people.
Oh my God. That is incredible. I told you valet parking. I told you.
Yeah. I needed a Sonic drink. I had to text my husband. He went and got me one halfway, but we got We didn't get a ton of offers, but we did get 4 offers, and we were really pleased with what we did get. And I'm visiting with my clients today they're figuring out which one they want to choose. But that home has solar panels. And so it's just harder for people to understand about the solar panels, and not everybody wants that. So I was really pleased with the turnout of people and the turnout of offers, just because sometimes that makes people a little nervous, on solar panels.
Well,
So
you did
I
a
did.
great job, and I know you also did your due diligence and talked to the multiple people about their experience. Are they leased? Are they owned? You have to qualify from
Yeah,
a
yeah,
loan. And I know you put a lot of time and effort in having that information, so you could talk intelligently with folks. And that was the
right.
one thing, guys, I'll go back to, and great job. Give Mel a round. Woohoo! Way to go, Mel.
Thanks. Well, and also thanks to Janice, because she has done one of these, and I asked her for her, expertise as well. So yeah, they asked a lot of questions. And so I had the contract, I posted the contract. I'm just trying to, had my seller to tell them answers to all their questions as well, just flat out answering their questions through an email to try to educate, and that's what it takes. That's hard. That's hard. They're good, but they're just hard.
Well, I will tell you, my mentor 28 years ago said I needed to be hugely knowledgeable. And I know some of you have heard this story before, but Kevin Mim was the guy's name, and he would literally drive me around in his car, and he would quiz me on things, houses, neighborhoods. He made me memorize, and this is how crazy he was. One of the first communities, the first sale I ever had in this one new home community along Freedom Road, he made me memorize how many miles it was to the duck pond at North Park, how many stop signs were between the community and the highway that got you down to the city of Pittsburgh, because that's where most people would be working. It was just crazy how he just drilled that into my head, that I needed to be so knowledgeable, and I wasn't allowed to have cheat sheets. I needed to memorize it, and he'd quiz me on it. And I will tell you what would happen in conversations. I would just start spewing facts, and I'd have information, obscure information that nobody else knew, and it was like a magnet to clients to want to do business with me, because they knew I was knowledgeable of what I was talking about. So become that level of expert, and yeah, it makes it fun when you're doing those open houses. And then they'll start copying you. You'll get the competition go, holy cow, did you see their open house? And I have to share this. Anybody else before I jump want to share what happened over the weekend? Is that not incredible, Kim? And thanks, Miss Kim, for all the work she does getting those open houses set up and pushed out on social media and everywhere else that we push them. But
Hey,
last
Frank.
call on testimonials.
Hey,
Go ahead,
Frank,
Mark.
so at one of our open houses on Saturday, actually Jose helped me at both of them on McClary, and he actually picked up a client because he's Spanish speaking, and so he was with me at the open house, and I spoke not a lick of Spanish. And so as the client walked in, they're like, "Oh," I said, "Hey, Jose's here to take care of you." So, and he's actually probably going to be working with them on their purchase. They're a little ways out, but not only is he going to help them on the purchase, but they have a house to sell as well up in Anna that we'll be working with them on as well. So definitely a good opportunity there to help present that in the best light, and very excited about that opportunity too.
And
Frank, I have one more thing.
yeah,
Do not do this. Just a little tip. This one guy was out moseying around the pool, and I thought he was the pool guy because he had on a mask and like these gloves and stuff, and he was walking really slow and really studying the pool. So I said, "Are you the pool guy?" Because I was going to ask him a question about something on the pool, And he said, "No, I'm here for the open house." And at the end of it all, he was kind of turned off. I felt really bad. He was 80. It turns out he was really old. I didn't know he was that old. But he wants me to maybe come and talk to him about listing his house. As it turned out, he stayed a long time, and I kept schmoozing it up because I felt so bad. And finally he goes, "I live 2 streets over and I'm looking for a realtor." And I was like, "Okay, well, I'm your girl." And so anyways, don't ask somebody if they're the pool guy.
Hey, Mel, as I tell my team, never assume. what does that do? It makes an ass out of you and me. So never
Yeah.
assume somebody's anybody.
Oh, that's cute. Okay. Well, anyways, I really thought he was. I mean, and I don't know. Anyways, don't do that.
Go get him now. Last call. Anybody else want to share one of the great testimonies from the weekend? We'd love to keep this train rolling. One more? That's a wrap. All right. Guys, here's what I wanted to share with you, and I got to go really quick. So this was big, right? 38 new listings hit. This is just Plano over the weekend. We saw some of those on Friday, but there were many that we did not see. And again, I really felt we were kind of pushing the price per square foot. The least expensive price per square foot. Give a round of applause to Mr. Jim Augustine. His listing was the least expensive that it came on in the last 3 days. And this is a great house. I think Jim set this up to win. But that was Jim's 187. Come in, do a little bit of work. This is going to be a great Plano house for somebody. It has such awesome bones. We just need to get the updates in there, and this would be magnificent. And remember, we have a program for this that somebody could come in with GRA. They will appraise the home as if the work's done, and they could come in and do everything, including that program that GRA has, that they appraise the home as if the work is already done. You could even put a poll in if that was the one thing somebody wanted to have. I got to have a poll. Well, hey, we got a program that we could actually add the poll. They'll appraise the home, and as long as you can, that appraisal works for the price point, hold on to the bar. It will happen.
Now, Frank,
So that was one.
just to make sure that's, hey, Frank, just real quick, just to touch on that real quick, that is saying that the house will, let's say the house is listed at 500 and you're going to do all these updates to it. And so all of a sudden it's going to appraise at 600. Who's writing that $100,000 check to get it to that number?
They over the next 30 years, that homeowner, so they basically, when they do this improvement loan, they come in, they assess, they send out the appraiser, here's the list of work. Anything over 30,000, there's a consultant involved with GRA, and so the $100,000 is built into the loan. They treat it almost like new construction. So 500,000 is the first draw. Then we need to, $10,000 for the second draw, 10,000, and they send out inspectors to make sure that the work gets done. The consultant coordinates everything, but that 100,000 is amortized over a 30-year loan. That's the beauty of this program.
Okay, but to pay the contractors, the GRA
pay
is
them.
paying.
They're giving them out as
GRA
draws.
is paying that. Okay.
Yeah.
Just to make sure, because that's not how it sounds, by the way. So we'll talk.
Okay. All right. Cool. Thank you, Mr. Mark. But that's a great opportunity to make sure we'll have them come in and do a workshop on the program. They did one before. It was awesome. And we'll get them back out again. Jim, Augustine's on there. Did you have any action on that house, Jim? I love the house. Jim may be talking if he comes on. All right. I'm just going to call this one out. I told you guys to watch for it. I believe, is this it? This is it. Did I say Lanark Drive? Yeah, number 4. That's it. Okay. This is a $650,000 home, 201 a square foot. Here we go, people. Now this agent is from United. Oh, you guys can't see it. All right. Thank you, Kim. Let me share this. I have to put this up, and I don't call out agents all the time. So, but I'm calling this one out. This is a $650,000 home, 201 a square foot here in Plano. There's only 11 photos. Maybe they're getting new photos. I don't know. I actually is there somebody in the bed? I had no clue. I was like, There's definitely a dog living in the house. All right, so we got that. And how did we go from the one big photo is they must love dogs. All right, so we got the dog in the photo. There are people who are allergic to dogs and that will just turn them off. There's other folks that love it and say, I want to buy it. These photos are what they call thumbnails. They're horrible. As you get in, dishes in the sink. I think that's dog poop. I don't know why somebody would put these even photos out there. I have no clue. I was like, and again, the person has sold 10 homes. I'm going in looking at the history, and I'm like, this isn't somebody, it's never the first home they ever did. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm calling out Nama.
Hey, what are they offering on the BAC on that?
One more time.
What's the BAC on that?
Oh, 2%. Thank you.
Yeah, I was about to say that smells and looks like a 4% special. You get what you pay for.
Neil, you know how to call them out, man. That is awesome. Well, anyhow, I went through, if you have not gone through the properties yet, there's some great houses that hit Plano, some real opportunities, and make sure you guys go and look at your area, the homes that you're looking for. I was excited, and I told you a lot of times on Saturdays.
Sign in the yard.
What's that?
This one had the for sale sign in the yard on that first picture you had.
I know, they're not supposed to have that. Thank you, Kim, for who's turning them in. But the one thing I just wanted to say, as I went through, there were some awesome properties that hit the market. And a lot of times on Saturdays and Sundays, people were doing their fun stuff and they may miss them. So reach out to some people, call them, tell them that there's opportunity. And I just want to say one last thing. Update your KDNA tracker. This is from last week. Thank you to my closer club, but I want everybody tracking the activities that you're doing on a daily basis. That's going to give you the opportunity to talk to somebody about buying, selling, investing. If you're not putting videos out there, standing in front of a property saying, now is the time to buy, or I just saw this great house, or, oh my gosh, did you see this feature? You are missing out on an opportunity. Make sure you're posting, texting, emailing, calling, and doing open houses. If anything came out of this one, call Kim to get your open house set up. And I do want to just shout out for a Monday morning call. We had the highest show. I think we had 28 people on the call on a Monday morning, and I didn't even put out a reminder. God bless you guys. Last call. Neil has his hand up. Neil, you want to share something with the group before we go?
Yeah, Frank, getting back to that 4% special, that guy, I guarantee you that agent got that based on the fact that he let the seller set the price and he was the lowest commission. If that buyer or seller spoke to any other agents, that's gonna expire or cancel. I think it's probably a high probability. So we'll get a crack at that, and maybe that seller this time will listen to the value proposition on the marketing instead of letting him set the house and seeking the lowest commission he can get.
You know what, Neil, too? And every now and then we ought to print out something like that. Do full agent print out of that home and take that into a house. Here's what a lot of agents do when they list a home and have those pictures versus what we do with professional photography. Let them see the value difference, from a 2%er. Here's what a lot of times you get with a 2%, commission: thumbnails, dog poop, someone sleeping in the bed. I don't know. I tried to zoom in. I couldn't tell if somebody was under the covers. It might have been the dog under the covers.
Hey, Frank, what was that house priced at again?
$650,000.
Okay. I was just saying, when you look in Plano, 499 to 600, 422s, there are 77 houses in that 499 to 600 that are still available. Average days on market, 29 days. I didn't look at 599 to 700, but you can bet that there are a lot of agents with that much inventory out there. They're going to conveniently leave that 2% special off the list. let's just call a spade a spade. If you're going to show somebody 10 houses, yeah, we're not supposed to do that, but I guarantee you there are a ton of agents that are going to leave that 2% one off the list.
Hey, I'd leave it off the list just because of the pictures, right? That's horrible. Unbelievable. Neil, thank you so much for sharing with the group. Guys, that is a wrap. It's already 10 minutes after 9. We went way over. You are the best. Thank you for all of the participation today, the sharing. And if you didn't get one thing out of it, you need to do open houses. What a success story, Kim. We got to push this out as a recording. God bless you guys. Have a great rest of your day. See you tomorrow. Don't miss. Tomorrow is virtual only for the office meeting. Closer clubs. We'll see you in here at 11.